9283 4555. Live streaming, it's the future.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
And it's a very warm welcome to everyone. Good morning for the 2017 State Champion Singles. This is Lead Lord Such. I'm joined by the State Match Committee Chairman, Michael Harvey. Michael, welcome.
Thanks very much, Lee. It's a pleasure to be here. And it's a cracking day down here at Kiama.
Well, it certainly is. And what a match we've got first up. We've got two former state singles champions here. First off, St John's Park's Maddie Peterson taking on Maryland's Tommy Ellem. And, well, what a field we have. Hoove too.
Yeah, Lee, there's some quality players, obviously, to get this level. They've had an outstanding season already, winning through their club and then through the zones onto this state championship. And looking forward to it. It's really hard to pick a winner this year. We've got a cracking field with the state's singles just been held, and both those finalists are here in this event as well.
Well, they certainly are.
We've got David Ferguson and Aaron Sheriff recently played in the state final. This is the club champions, and as you said, we've got two former state singles winners in that. I think Maddie, I think they've won the champions before.
No. Okay, so our schedule today. So we have our first game, Maddie Peterson and Tommy Elam. And we will have the quarterfinal following that match. Tomorrow we will have both semi-finals. Our first one will be from 8:30. Second one around 11:30 a.m. approximately. And the final will be live streamed from 2:30. So we've got plenty of bowls coming.
Fantastic. Looking forward to it.
Now then, I'm going to put you under the pump here, Hoove. Who are you going to pick to win this? Well, first of all, who are you going to take to win this match, and who's your pick to win it?
Ooh, this is look. They're both, as we know, credentialed, and I think singles is whoever gets a bit of momentum and on the day it comes down to that. And I'm not sitting on the fence. Maddie Peterson has been in terrific form, but as you know, Tommy's the absolute fighter. Probably lean to perm fraction. Although I've got a lot of respect, obviously, for Tommy. He's a good player.
Well, Tommy not mucking around either. A brand new set of bowls for this game, so
yeah, it's a good point. We had a chat to the boys before the game, and Tommy's gone in, never played with these set of bowls.
No.
It's brand new. The Drake's Pride adrenaline. I mean, he'll probably have the adrenaline pumping.
Yeah.
Looks like he did, straight in the ditch from the roll-up.
Yeah, no mucking around there. So, well, Maddie Peterson, I'm gonna tip him to win the whole thing. So,
Wow.
He certainly has a very impressive singles resume. Australian Golden Nugget, par beat singles, also two-time state singles champion. And it has been 13 years since he last played in this event. So, he was only 15 years of age when he was last here, and he did get knocked out in the first round, Hoove. So.
Yeah, true. I had a chat to him, and his goal is to win. Obviously, this has all been one of his big goals, is to win this competition. He's been playing. Look, he's an absolute superstar prodigy of the game. He's like 15 years of age and winning state events, and well done. He's had a bit of a interesting lead up. He's had a new baby.
Yeah, he's father 3 times over. Maddie and his lovely wife Kathleen. I'm sure Kathleen will be tuning in with the fam.
Yes, congratulations to all. Welcome, young Portia.
So we see both players just about to finish off their second end of the roll-up. We will be into it at the completion of this end.
Green's looking terrific.
Well, certainly it's perfect conditions here. We've got a breath of wind, so should be in for an absolute cracker. Give us a shout out, let us know where you're watching from. As we're about to get underway for our first match of the 2017 State Champion of Champs.
The toss. Maddie Peterson, affectionately known as the Perm.
Yes. Well, it's a lot shorter version when I first met him, Hoove. It was, I'll even go as far to say it was a sheep that he had stuck on his head.
Yes.
So, Matty Peterson to get us underway.
Bit different colour.
Well, yeah, it is too as well. Yeah, it was beautiful blonde locks. So, Matty, get us underway here as we are going away from the clubhouse. First to 31 up.
Nice to get off to a good start.
Well, we see him just running through there. His first about a metre over. So Tommy coming down on the opposite side of the rink.
Tommy, although playing for Marylands, is obviously a local boy from the Illawarra. Played with a lot of clubs and would have played here many, many times. Played at clubs around this area, Warilla and Oak Flats and Dapto Sits. Taraji.
Yeah, certainly has.
So he'd be the local boy in some respects, even though he's played for Club Maryland for a number of years now.
That's certainly right. So Permy looking for about a metre off.
Looks like he's done that.
That was a very good correction.
Terrific line. The bowlers just finding their way at the moment. Tommy looking on the backhand, and Perm's elected to play the forehand. Both right-hand players. We don't have so they can follow each other and have a look at each other's lines, and they go down.
Well, Tommy had very good weight with both his opening bowls, Hoove, but just missing the line there. So good opportunity here for Perm first off.
Very deliberate, and he's great concentration levels.
Yeah, certainly is. Yep.
He's, every bowl is almost identical the way he releases it.
Okay, so now then, Tommy, will we see a little bit of aggression here early? Well, he is. Switching over to the forehand, looking for the jack. He's not a mile away. Well,
yes.
He's got it.
Bang, in the pit. It's Tommy Ellem.
Permy doesn't look overly impressed with that shot as he waves to the crowd.
Yes.
I've got a feeling this could be quite a long game, Hoove. Certainly not known for his speed, Matty Peterson.
He definitely takes his time and puts a lot of effort and concentration to do that repetitive delivery, and he's deliberate. Interesting, the different styles. You got Omar that won the other day that rips through his matches, and he's won bang, and Matty just concentrates, takes his time.
Well, Tommy's not too far off either. He's pretty quick.
Yeah.
So the jack bounced out of the ditch there.
Good chance to draw this. Hasn't played this hand before. What a cracking bowl. Absolute ripper.
Oh, very good shot from Perm. So Tommy just asking the question there. If he's only one, he might have a look at this.
Bowl jack.
Well, he's just asked the question. Well, he thinks it's two, so he might still have a look though. See what Tommy does here with his last bowl. He's only drawing.
Yeah.
Well, it's a very good effort.
Terrific effort. What do you think the tactics are such early in the game instead of having a run there, just to still try and find your rhythm? They like the draw shot.
Yeah, I think so. Well, I must admit, personally, probably the toughest opponent I've ever had. Just for that reason that you know mentally that you're in for a quite a long battle. So, and especially 31 up is quite a long game. Anyway, so I think when you're playing someone like Matty, you do have to be prepared that you are going to be out there for a while. But it's certainly singles, especially, it can get a very lonely game too, Hoof. So.
Goes in a bit of a cycle at times. You see our blokes will get on a roll and just need something to change it up. But as you say, he's just methodical.
So Matty draws first blood. The opening end. So give us your opinion on Facebook. Let us know who you think will win not only this match, but who will go on to win the whole thing. Certainly is a star-studded field. As we say, both state singles finalists are also here. Nathan Dawson, Ian Lean, as well as some of the others. A very, very, very strong field here. Jared Beath, also former state singles winner. There's a very good opener there from Tommy.
He's found the line on his forehand. He's weight just a metre short there.
Oh, another handy one here from Tommy. So Permy.
Down, he'll like to stay in the forehand. He's found his rhythm there. He just needs to fix his weight.
Well, he's looking pretty keen at this one. Wants it to hurry. I think his weight, he's going to be a little bit better. Just needs to keep coming. Well, it'll be good enough for second. So Tommy no mucking around here. Switches straight over to the backhand. Don't think he's overly wrapped in it.
He's slightly tight, I think he thinks. No, wide.
Yeah, lovely weight. Okay, so Permy switching over to the backhand with his final delivery. One down.
What are you looking to do?
Well, he really does need to just try and get another one close, doesn't he? His last bowl is his closest. So I'm not sure if he'll bend back from there.
It's great effort.
Well, it's trying to. If it falls, it won't be far off.
It's close.
Well, he might have nearly done it there, Hoof, so pretty close.
See if there's any indication. No. In the market. Oh, give me a bit of a nod there and a smile. Might have done that.
That'll be very close. Tommy's been around a long time. One of the all-time greats. Former Australian singles champion. Well, Permy's just in our way there, but
Just up under. Looking for the jack to make a score.
well, with that weight, he might have been down. So
Yeah, I think he must have been. There's a measure here. Or he's...
I think Perm likes his.
Yep.
Yeah, it is. So, another one to Permy.
2 shots, the opening 2 shots.
Okay, so just a reminder, to tune in from 8:30. We will have both semi-finals. And then the final to follow that at approximately 2:30.
Firm electing to stay in this forehand.
Yeah. As we start the third end, looks to be a pretty handy opener.
Toucher. It's fair to say it'd be like an attrition, more of attrition there with, I think it's the Perm.
Yeah.
You're fed.
Plenty of room here for Maddie. First one was a peach. It looks to be pretty handy again.
2 cracking bowls. Almost right on the line as well, which makes it a bit difficult. Not giving him not a much big target there. Tommy got both bowls behind opportunity. He does.
Perm's just having a bit of a think. He's just asking the question how far off he is. So Perm sticking with his forehand. It's third delivery, so I dare say whoever be trying to get past.
Yeah, given that Tommy's got both, and we know that Tommy won't be shy and get reaching up there.
Yeah, it is a pretty decent target, so. Well, he's doing a little bit of both, I think.
Yep.
If it falls, be close to being 3.
Tommy just looking to arrive. He's not gone too big. Just
No,
looking
he's
to
close.
sit there.
Well, it's going to make it a lot better anyway. Second shot.
Great shot. when we get some scores off the other rinks, give you an update as they come along. It's only early days.
Andrew Lynn's around the grounds, man. As who's we're broadcasting here from the ladies' locker room here at Kiama.
Yes, the bunker. Don't think I've ever been in the ladies' locker room before.
Oh, well,
Want to go there?
I'll leave it at that. Yeah. Permy's just getting around there, so. I'll tell you what, we might change over here. Looking at that angle on Perm's front one, hoof it.
Promote the jack over to his own bowl. Or he looked to play through his own.
Yeah, I think so. There is a little bit of danger on his backhand if the jack just sort of goes the wrong way through his own bowl there, so.
I don't think he's 100%. He's thinking. May have made his mind up.
Okay, so Tommy, his final delivery.
Yes, you're right. He's turned it over. He's playing his forehand.
And he's reaching.
It looks like to be holding a touch.
Well, will he get down?
So, 3 singles in a row.
Another one to Permy. And we could be here quite a while if this keeps happening, Hoof.
Yes. And one-shot games. Beautiful down here.
Well, it certainly is. Facilities here at Kiama.
You can see it's a magic day. Had a terrific drive down from Sydney today. I come down this morning and it's a spectacular scenery. And all the little farms and then on the water and the waves breaking locally. Terrific spot. What a great place to live.
Well, it certainly is. On the south coast. So 3-0 to Matty Peterson of St John's Park. So Matty, we see Matty going full hand round the clock here, Hoove.
Noticed?
So looks to be pretty handy again.
Well, I suppose when you're dobbing them on your forehand like that,
yep.
I suppose you want to stick to that. Tommy's going to follow him down.
Well, just been missing his line a little bit early, Tommy.
Yeah, it must be tricky too. You in the back of your mind, I think you got to be saying, brand new set of bowls too. You'd be just feeling your way in early days.
Certainly. Permy. These size 3 XGs. Started playing out at Parks when he was just 13 years of age, and 2 years later won the state singles hoof. So
it's incredible.
And lost the first round of the minor singles that year. Went on to win the state singles. Very same
some
year.
player.
It's that'll be tough to beat that.
Yes.
Okay, so Tommy had pretty good weight with his first. Looks to be better. Keeps getting down.
Nice, good second shot.
Certainly is.
Gives him a chance as well. It's incredible. Permy's career now at St John's Park, and he's had a lot of success there. State number one's winner a few years back.
Well, certainly has. Only 28 years of age. Very impressive record. 3-part beat singles. As you mentioned earlier, the Golden Nugget. And 2-time state singles winner. Would love to win this event as well.
This is on his bucket list.
No, that's right. It's not so many singles trophies that Matty wouldn't have.
Is that a change over here?
It's not a bad one either.
He's done both. He's covered that and got second.
Beautiful shot from Eddie.
He's in the area.
A bit of a spring in the step here from Tommy. He's not a
mile
mile away. Well, got brother just didn't go with it, and it just peeled off. Could be possibly still one down there. He's coming to have a look. I think he still will be holding one. But he's just checking. Also, Permy, Club Bowl of the Year at St John's Park this year.
Just a little update. Pete Dive, hello. How are you, mate? Info. Yes. A message from Shippo. Absolutely. I can't fill them either. Big shoes to fill. It's very true, mate. And don't intend to. Well, speaking of shoes, have a go at the set of shoes that Maddie's got on. Yeah, they've been adjusted. New pair of laces. It's like Smurfs or something out of a... Yeah, been modified. Okay, so Permy holding one. Comfortable set of slippers, you think? So Tommy's quick on the mat, isn't he? Bang away. The ball hardly come to rest, and he was off out of the blocks. I suppose anybody would be quick with when Matty Peterson's your opponent. Well, he's not far off here. He just needs to hold a bit. Well, when they get the bowl out, he's close. Yes, that's very well played. Terrific bowl. So, Tommy will get on the board. Looks to be a multiple. Need 2 shots here. Close. 22 degrees. Absolutely beautiful day here at Kiama. Well, that 14 kilometres an hour wind, we're not seeing it down here. We're just tucked away a little bit in this hill. And it's not hardly a breath out there at all. Yes, 14 k's to the NNE. That's northeast, mate. Yeah. So 2 shots it is. So Tommy. Okay, so viewers, please get involved on our Facebook page, Bowls New South Wales. So Tommy M looking to get also a better start here as we go away from the clubhouse. Give Matty a little bit of room. So Permy was a former bowls coordinator at Cabramatta Hoove. Yes. Yeah, I thought it was, I think I recall at the time, it was a big decision for him to change back. Well, he's now finished his university and now in his psychology, so certainly a very smart young man, Perm. So Tommy looking for a good meter. Buckets in the background. Yeah, and lean. So will be one of the favourites too for this event. A terrific singles record. Certainly has. Nova Castrian there at Raymond Terrace. Good correction from Eddie with his second. Certainly does correct very well. Now, Clarkie, that's not true. Well, I thought it was only going to be a matter of time before somebody said it. Although I'm sweating already. Yeah, I can't put the cleaners through. Well, Tommy's already turned his back on this one. He's pushed it wide. And just going to run through a bit as well, so... Perm looking to add, consolidate. Trying to find the centre line as much as possible and doesn't want to make it a bit of a target. We know that Tommy will, otherwise he'll come down and reach and try and sit.
Well, there's plenty of room here for Matty. Draw a second shot. Looks like he's going to do that.
He has. Still a hole. Too close.
Okay, so Tommy with his final bowl. Oh, he looks to be better here, Hoove.
Very close.
He looks to be better here. Tommy Elam, here he comes.
He has set that shot.
Wow, look at that from Tommy.
Nostradamus, wish I could bet like that.
Wow, absolute plum. Well, you can see it's sort of locked in there nicely too, so.
Great camaraderie. You see Permy there congratulating Tommy on a great shot.
Certainly is.
One of the nicest guys in bowls. Perm.
Well, they both are. You'll
Yeah.
have to go a long way to find two better than these two. So Permy, all of a sudden, well, he's on a pretty good line. Just needs to keep coming.
It's just going to fall underneath. Great
Okay,
effort.
so Tommy.
Takes one there. It's squares it up.
3 shots apiece. Well, yes, Siren is ready to go. Well, we did have quite a few dead ends moving our stay singles.
Yeah, great graphic.
Certainly was one of the, well, I dare say it's probably nearly the best match we've had live stream, that state singles final. Hoove, it was an absolute cracker of a game.
Yeah, both players outstanding bowlers in their own right, but also they're in fine form, and it's just fantastic to watch.
Well, that's right. Nearly two of the probably the most informed players in.
And I'm interested that you've got Permy winning this above both of them.
Well, it is, yes. If Permy's on, he certainly is very hard to beat. Tommy just not quite finding it with his first bowl, so.
Former teammate of yours.
Yeah, certainly is. Just a reminder that you can review all our matches on the Bowls New South Wales Facebook page. As we come back to the clubhouse, Perm still going around the clock. Yeah, it's not really textbook Hoove, but
he's found his groove, and in these conditions, very, very happy. Here he is again. A terrific line just over. Both players settling in, starting to settle in now. Tommy with his new set, he's drawing his last few ends of last couple of ends there. He's starting to find his range, and
well, it has been his last bowl Hoove that sort of got him out of trouble.
Yes,
but
look at that.
It's a much better one here.
Here we go. He's just starting to work these bowls out and starting to draw terrific. Has been one shot, hasn't been as consistent as Matty, but he's got the results.
No, Matty's first two certainly have set him up. So, a couple of feet, Permy. Not a bad effort. Any second.
Probably looking to add a little bit on that.
Okay, so Tommy just wanted to know how far he's got to add another. Says Kevin Walsh is his toughest opponent. I think Kevin would be a lot of players' toughest opponent.
Yeah, you think of Tommy's career, he's certainly accomplished a lot.
Well, they certainly would have had some battles back in the day, Hoove, so.
Former Australian player, Tommy.
Yep.
There's not much he hasn't done in the game. I was a remember a state pairs finally won, and that was just, again, we didn't have the live streaming or back then, but it's still a strong memory for me. He's just outstanding. Been back in about 2009, I suppose, something like that.
Well, Pemmy's having a look at this. He's not far away.
Close.
Well,
What do you think?
it's pretty close. He might have just turned away, but... Well, Tommy hasn't even asked a question, so he might...
Well, he's looking to come down and... I think he'll play a fraction over.
Okay, so Tommy with his last.
Just to sit bowl the jack, I think he'll be looking to get up under. But I'm not sure it's got a lot of bend on that side. Seems to be holding a fraction a lot more than the other.
Well, he's not far
Here he
off here.
goes.
Just needs a bit of jack.
Oh, jeez.
Well, Pemmy's having a real good look at this.
Not sure.
Well, he's even getting the marker's opinion. Well, if he is down, Hoove, he does have 2 seconds, so...
He looked to play in his forehand.
I think so. I think the jack, obviously, you see 2 Tommy bowls there at the back.
Like, depending how far he rolls it, he's might have 2 or 3.
I think the forehand is the safer option.
It's hard to get back with any much weight
Does
around
his
that
own bowl
front
coming
bowl.
in as well, so I dare say he will stay on the forehand. Well, no, he is. He's switching over, so let's see what he does here. Let's see what kind of weight he plays.
In the backhand, I think, isn't he?
Yeah, he certainly is. Well, he is looking for this bowl, Hoove, so... Well, he's got a bit of... Well, he's going to run through, so...
Yes, Tommy's just conceded straight away.
Well, it's just like he got a bit of a flick there on the way through.
4-3. One more to the perm.
Well, good question there from our production team. How long does it take to adjust to new bowls? Well, I suppose the players of nowadays, they can probably do it straight away. I certainly can't. I give myself about a month, but so especially do see the top players, who've like Omar and those sort of guys, they can pick up coconuts and throw them. So
It is certainly talent. It's fair to say that greens can change in speed and grass and your bowl, but at the end of the day, I think changing and getting used to a bowl would be a lot harder than adapting to a green.
Yeah.
Just that confidence with that little bit of weight at times. Drawings, you can find the line, but when you've got to play that little bit of weight, and you have to have a little question in your head there about the turn. But as you say, I couldn't agree more. At this level, these guys are talent personified, and they can pick it up pretty quick. And we've seen the early few ends. Tommy was searching around and scratching, as we said. He was wide on a couple and a little bit different with his weight, feeling that, and certainly the perm definitely had the ascendancy and consistency.
well, it does seem to be in this direction too. Hoover's we're going away from the clubhouse. He's just sort of struggled a little bit with his draw.
And in the last few ends, Tommy's certainly getting back in the groove, drawing quite well.
Well, see now Tommy's actually switched over and he's going with perm now.
Maybe the kind of hand.
Well, I think he's been giving perm all his own way, just leaving that side of the green for him. Good start from Perm with his first. Another handy one as well. Tommy, he's going early here. Well, he's a little bit wide. He's not going to get his own, is he? Ooh, he's just gone the...
6 points straight through the post. Playing an opponent like Tommy, Sachi, you just you see things like that. He's not afraid to go early instead of just coming down to draw.
No. Well, his first ball wasn't bad either, Hoof, so... So, Permy, a little bit of momentum at the moment. Drawing very well. Very good weight again.
You've seen earlier in the match when he had a run and picked the jack up. You never know playing an opponent like Tommy.
Well, I think we'll see Tommy come back to the draw here.
Yes.
And he is. Well, just needs to keep running.
It's close. How much in that?
Well, might nearly be good for second.
One to come.
Well, I dare say we'll see Permy change over here. Tommy's last bowl on the running service, so wants to try and stay off that if he can. So backhand it is for Perm. One of the measure. So Permy had very good weight there. Just looking to roll his own bowl over.
Look at the weight. He's only a few inches either short or just over. Great cluster. Just a line, a little bit off. Terrific weight.
Okay, so Tommy, last bowl. Looking just to arrive through his own.
Doesn't need a lot. Just a little promotion.
Well, he wants to stay off that one. Well, I think that might take the measure out of it.
Yeah. It's the one.
So just the one. It's me. So 5 singles for Perm. So 2000 State Champions here from Kiama Bowling Club, the beautiful south coast of New South Wales.
Not a big club, but a beautiful club.
No, it certainly is.
A couple of greens. I just had to walk around earlier today, my first time being here today, and they got a little showcase rink out the back, three rinks out the back.
Nice.
And they play some pennants on that as well.
Good.
Yeah, beautiful green.
So Permy, 5-3. Forehand around the clock. Working for him at the moment. Former 2-time state singles winner. Oh, off to another great start.
Yeah, he's rock solid.
And it's been the difference, his first 2 bowls. Hoove.
Yes.
Tommy's sticking with him.
You've noticed his last couple of ends, he's turned to the forehand, came back to the club. He started out on the backhand.
Yeah, well, I think he had the full of Perm. There's a few loose ones from Tommy, his first couple.
Hey, Cam, Cam's over in Bali. Hello.
Oh, just rolled it in.
Cam is nice. What's 31 up mean? It's the first player to score 31 shots. Just in a response to one of the questions on the Facebook. Bit controversial too at the moment, the 31 up, Sachi. In New South Wales here, we played a 31 in our championships. A number of other states play a different score, 25, and it's been speculation that needs to be looked at and debated whether we should change here. There's a lot of people argument that the traditional and those extra few shots, that 6 shots can really turn and change the difference. So that's something that we're considering, or will consider next time when we have a review of our conditions. But and also there's another version of 21, but 25 certainly been spruiked around from a number of players and officials. I think there's the view that they the time and getting matches played along those lines, and also looking to be consistent with other associations in Australia. What's your thoughts?
Well, I must admit, I think now that I'm getting older as well. Well, Tommy, it's not a very good end from him, so Perm with a real chance here. To put Tommy under some pressure here. Somebody's final bowl. Holding 2. Looking at another shot here. Really put the pressure on Tommy. Well, it's all in his weight. His line's good.
Yes.
I think his weight's not too bad either.
Looks terrific.
So, I'll tell you what, the fourth one might not be that far out either, so...
Yeah, it's probably just out, that back bowl of Tommy's. May shade it. Tommy needs big bowl here.
Yep, he's in trouble. There's at least 3 down.
Yeah, he has been pulling them out.
Yeah. Well, needs to keep running. Well, he's not going to, I don't think. Moves, so...
First multiple for Permy.
Yes, and a good multiple at that. So now then, 5-shot lead for St John's Park's Matty Peterson. 8 shots to 3.
Just a little mini break here.
Harris Jared Beath leads Austral's Michael Anderson 8 shots to 3. Balliners Chris Leefelt trails 6 shots to 14 against Dylan Skinner of Wasman Park. Damien Miller from Young trails Dylan Riley of Foster 7-5. Aaron Sheriff from Edelong leads Callum Murray of Port City 12-5. Jamie Turner and Dave Ferguson are locked at 8-all. Curry's Nathan Dawson against Avoca Beach. Brad Landy leads 10 shots to 4. And Scott Hamilton of Inverell East has jumped out of the blocks, leading Raymond Terraces in Lean 13 shots to 1.
Well, that's a terrific start for him. Scotty Hamilton off to a flyer against Raymond Terraces and Lean there. Nathan Dawson Curry, another well-credentialed singles player. He's always him and Apples up there, and Reezy. They've had a terrific run over the years.
Certainly have. Two guys I grew up with in the junior days. Well, Tommy is really struggling with his draw at the moment. So Permy now with his third bowl. Really stretch this out to a nice little lead here if you can get a good multiple on this end, Hoove.
Yeah, just the last end or so. Tommy was getting into a groove. He just dropped off a fraction. He needs to get back in there.
His first two bowls have let him down. Hoove. Oh, Matty, here he comes again.
Just absolutely
brilliant from him.
Yeah.
So you win two state singles.
Just the consistency, the concentration. You can see why he's achieved so much.
Certainly can. Well, quite a correction here from Tommy needed. Well, his weight was better, but it was crashing on Matty's bowl. So it's still going to be 3 shots. Matty.
Interesting matchup too, and the other one's Jamie Turner, who was at Warilla, and at Nowra now playing Dave Ferguson, and Dave's been outstanding for him.
Certainly has.
Yeah, outstanding. 8 all. I was talking to him before the game. It was always going to be a tricky game. Jamie's terrific draw bowler.
Yeah, certainly does go very well.
I was on the receiving end of in the state number 1's final the previous year when Marilla won it. We played him in. He led up, and he was the best player on the rank. He was outstanding.
Yes, one of the defence bowlers.
Yep, the ADF boys.
Oh, Permy was getting a little bit of cover there.
Didn't quite count, but terrific position.
Okay, so Tommy in trouble again. 3 down. What's he going to try and do here, Hoove? Will he try and...
Look, I think he'll take his chances up and play with a little on.
Well, he is.
He has to. He's not drawing well. He has to do the alternative and has to play a little bit through.
Well, he's wide.
And
get one of them out.
Yep. To save one.
So we'll just get confirmation, but I think it is 2 shots to Matty. And it is, so 7 unanswered shots and 4 straight ins for Jos Parks, Matty Peterson.
It pushes the to a 7-shot lead. Tommy will look to try and
well, he's got to get
score.
He's got to get this mat back for starters. So
exactly.
It's the last sort of 20 minutes, half an hour. It's been all one way. So Matty Peterson 10-3 off to a very good start. The psychologist.
Is that with him or out bowled him?
Well, it's probably a little bit of both. I think he probably does try to psych people out, Matty. Another very good start from Matty Peterson. Got all the rhythm at the moment.
Yeah, sticking to that forehand. It's working quite well for him. The difference being one philosophy is staying on one side of the green, thinking that the grass is going to be the same, and you play your backhand forehand on one side of the line.
Well, the conditions here are perfect, though, so there probably isn't too much difference between the two hands.
Good point.
But we'll see Matty switch over to the backhand here. Tommy just going up a little bit short, so. Matty fly on the face doesn't worry him at all. Face of concentration.
We've seen how good a form he was earlier in the very first end, and Tommy's put the jack. He's changed hands and he drew one within a foot.
Yeah. Well, Tommy's really going to have to try and find something here with his first two bowls. Been really under the pump with his last two. Well, not a bad switch over. Good second shot.
A good weight as well.
So Matty, his third bowl, chasing after it. Starting to come in now.
It's a bit more getting in behind.
Well, is he setting up the trap there, Hoove?
Now you play with him a bit.
I
He doesn't
certainly
play
have.
with a lot of weight there, does
No,
he?
he doesn't. No,
He'll draw himself out and draw.
he certainly will. No, he does make himself to draw his way out of trouble. But does have a decent runner. Well, this is a better one from Tommy. This is what he needs to do.
Yes.
Wow, that's a
Flops
very good
back in.
shot.
What a bomb.
That's exactly what he needed. Well, that might bring the trap into play here, Hoove. He's having a look at it.
You think you look to get up under that front one of Tommy's there, and they look for the jack or the bowl, and he's got two catches in behind.
That's right, he's giving himself a good guide there with his slipper.
Bit of product in there, you think?
Well, I dare say there would be. Okay, now then, so. Probably the first conversion shot that Matty's had to play for a little while. Does have a pretty good port there, Hoove, for him to. You know, no, we won't be able to see too much of the jack from where he is, but. A couple of chances.
Be happy with the jack or bowl.
Well, that's right, either or.
Percentages is his forehand.
Okay, so Matty with his final delivery, forehand. Looking for some movement on the jack or the bowl. Well, I think he's going to turn, I think.
Notice the wind's just picked up right as we speak. I'm not sure if you heard it there coming through the microphone, but
run away a fair bit.
it's the first bit of breeze that I've noticed here today.
Well, Tommy will breathe a sigh of relief. I think he might even leave that Hoove. He might switch back over to the forehand here.
Yes.
Doesn't want to flop Perm's bowl over, so.
I'm going to be happy to get back on the board and try and dictate from the front, taking the mat.
He's having a look. If he can just hurry past his own, he's not too far away. He's got a little slide rub, and thank you very much.
Sensational. Let's put him back in.
That's exactly, and that'll give him a bit of confidence. Forehand, backhand draw. So
Yep.
the 7-shot run from Matty Peterson comes to an end, and
Be interesting to see what he does here. If he tries to change things up or he sticks there. He's just drawn two. He might go a little bit shorter.
okay, just a reminder too that tickets are now on sale for the 2017 Bowls New South Wales Player Awards.
He's gone long.
Well, it'll be ditch to ditch.
He's attempted to.
Contact Bowls New South Wales for more info on that. The Night and Knights, I believe, Hoove.
They've been lucky enough to go the last couple. I think it's a little bit different this year. I don't think they're in the last couple they've had the women, and I'm not sure. Looks like they're doing a separate Bowls Awards this year. It was men's.
Well, now Tommy needs a good start. Matty yard. Will that be enough to? Well, maybe that might have been a bit of a plan, Hoove.
Well, he has. He's chosen, as we know, he's taken Perm's side, but Perm not having the first bowl, getting in there first, he's changed him over. He's going to play the backhand, which he hasn't elected to play or for the majority of the match. And as you can see, there's no reason, Lee, why he can't play the backhand as he's drawn shot. Perfect weight again. His weight's been tremendous today.
Okay, so Tommy switching over as well. Well, don't normally see that from Tommy. Couple of short bowls.
He kicked himself a little bit in the background.
Yeah, so
He'll bounce back.
another opportunity for Permy.
Probably highlights the importance in the singles to try and jump on right from the outset.
Well, it is.
Pressure on
Yeah.
it.
For all our new singles players out there, your first two bowls are certainly very important. We see that has been the difference in the game so far, Matty. Has been the more consistent so far. So Tommy looks to have better weight on this one.
Yeah.
He's coming in now, needs to keep coming. Well,
Yeah, be close.
Permy's asking the question. Well, it's measure, so. Maybe I think he's pulled this one a bit tight. Just going to run away.
We have a new person to lawn bowls watching and asking the question about, is the bowl weighted or is it the surface? It's the surface. It's the surface that has a gradient on it. It's grooved that way, so as the bowl slows, it'll turn in. It's not weighted at all. To a side.
Well, there we go, Hoof. We've been waiting this. There it is.
Yes.
Matthew the Perm Peterson. There he is. His Premier League photo of 2007, I believe. 17-year-old. That is a sheep.
Yes.
Beautiful set of braces to go with it. Have a go at that, Kathleen, if you're watching. He's got to grow that back.
That's what got her in, apparently. She was instantly attracted to that.
Well, I tell you what. Sheeps would kill to have wool like that. Cracking head of hair there from a very young Matty Peterson. Yeah, 17 years old, fresh from Parks.
He had a starring in Blue Lagoon, was he in or something?
Yes, I played with Permy that year in Premier League. So Tommy now, he's just running through, was looking to sit that bowl. Permy just having a good look.
Yeah, the green is beautiful here today. It's nice and flat. And the greenkeepers have done a tremendous job this time of year. You know, we've had a big season and winding down towards the finish. And a lot of greenkeepers have been taking their greens out, renovating for the new season to come up.
Yeah.
And full credit to the greenkeepers here at Kiama.
Yes, I dare say at least one of them will be coming out at the completion of this. So Permy, final bowl. It's a measure for shot. Leading 10-5. He's just going to run under again, so.
A little bit on that.
Well, you might have thought he was down, Hoover. Maybe looking to try and trial the Jackals at the bowl.
Yeah.
How are they going to measure this?
And these boys at this level, experienced, it must be close from the measure. They
Oh, he's going to be one to Permy.
under perm. A little bit left in that too.
So 11 shots to 5. Scoreboard. I'm just putting one on the wrong side there, so it is 11-5. Matty Peterson.
Yeah, it might have been your hair, Shippo, but it might have been a little bit different in colour.
Well, we might have to see if we can get a 17-year-old photo of Shippo.
Baba Black Shirt. Just thought I'd throw that in. Perm back on his favoured forehand here. Again, terrific bowling. First bowl in a foot. Tommy electing to follow him down here and just rolled through. Solid effort. Forcing Perm to change over, back on his backhand now. He hasn't done that too many times. The last score we had in the Jared Booth, Mickey Anderson game was 8-3. We haven't had an update since then. We'll try and give you some updates again shortly.
I do believe all our scores can be found on the Facebook page too. So
On the Facebook page,
yep.
terrific.
Andrew Lynn doing score updates.
Terrific job, Andrew.
Well, here comes
As
Tommy.
always.
It's a good one from him. Here we go.
He's made the correction. Absoluta.
Permy just asking the question. There's only one. Permy's having a look at this. Well, he's not a mile away. Look at this for Matthew Peterson. Oh, he's just had enough weight there to make 2 out of it.
There you go.
So Tommy straight on the mat. Gone from having the front touch and now to being 2 down. We're going to do something similar. He needs to hold.
Needs to hold. Not too far.
Needs to hold. Well, oh.
Yes. Some updates here we have around the grounds. Jared Breath, Mickey Anderson update is Jared's 12 and it's 7, leading by 5 there. Chris Layfelt from Ballina is on 13, 4 behind Dylan Skinner from Wiseman Park. Wollongong City's on 17. Close match between Damien Miller and Dylan Riley at Foster. Damien from Young, 7-9. So Dylan Riley leading 9-7 there. Callum Murray from Port City. Young bowler coming up through the ranks there. Up against arguably one of the best we've seen, and Aaron Sheriff, and Aaron's leading 20-6. So tough game for him. Young Callum. The current state singles champion, Aaron Sheriff. Jamie Turner, David Ferguson. Looks like Fergo's got the ascendancy there, and after being 8 all, Fergo's now 18-10, 8 shots in front. Brad Landy from Avalon Beach on the Northern Beaches, Sydney. He's on 6 against Nathan Dawson Curry's 15-6. Dorso's up there. And the other match, Leany's had a bit of a comeback. Scotty Hamilton got off to a flyer, 13-1 at one stage. Leany's pegged that back. He's on 9 now, but Scott scored 4 shots, so it's 17-9. So he's had a bit of a comeback there. He still trails by 8 shots, but plenty to go in a 31-end game.
Okay, so it was 2 more to Permy, so 13-5. Well, is it a rumour? Perm's terrible when it comes to answering the phone. I do believe he gets the jitters a bit. And yeah, he's not very good on the old return call either. Let me tell you that.
You allowed to say why?
No, he's shocking actually. Yes. That's much better stuff from Tommy.
Yes, he's last end in scoring.
So a bit of a loose start there from Perm, probably the
First time?
yeah, hasn't sprayed too many. So well, Perm, he'd be pretty keen to get off this 13 as quick as he can.
Talked about, early in today about how it can go in runs. And this is what we're seeing here. And Tommy will be looking to try and peg this sizable lead from Perm, I know it's still only early days, but 8 shots.
Well, it's 9 ins to 3 at the moment for Permy.
And he takes one ball.
Well, in a little bit of trouble here, Permy. Switches back now to the forehand.
Going to come in to set there. He's under his own. He's in the area.
Well, this is a pretty handy shot here from Matthew Peterson.
Absolute.
That'll be the boss.
Absolute cracker. Tommy looking to push it through. Just under. One to come.
Lovely weight. So Matty one, but a fair bit of danger there. He does need to try and just change this up a little bit if he can. Has to get under his own. Well, he has. Well, he's just got a slight rub on the way through. One of the jag. Wow, a little wiki woo there on the way. Well, that doesn't make it all that pretty now for Tommy.
Yeah,
when he comes to have a look, he's not going to be too pleased when he gets down the other end.
No, he just did.
Well, I think he might go quite large at this hoof. So, possible 10-shot margin if Tommy misses this, so. So, Tommy Ellem from Marylands. Well, he's not playing a lot of weight at it.
No. It's looking at. Oh.
Well,
just.
So,
2.
and then all of a sudden it's a 10-shot lead. Matty Peterson, well, he means business now. The bucket out's come on.
Yeah, look, what a terrific shot under the pump there. Drew the absolute out, 2 down.
Yes.
Yeah, a little bit of luck with the slide, but still he had terrific weight.
Well, Warren Shipley has responded. It's not the greatest shot, which is probably not a bad thing, but there's a Shippo perm. Now then, Matty leading 15 shots to 5.
How are the days to have the hair?
Yeah, I'm slowly on the decline.
There's a little one there. A bit of a flashback.
And now as we come back to the clubhouse, Matty. Quite a nice little lead now. Yeah, it's just a reminder too, champion pairs have been complete. Quite a convincing win. And in for Ray Pearce and Corey Bedlock. Corey fresh from his BPL win with the Sydney Lions on debut.
Yeah, terrific effort. The Winnie boys, the Harrys, played very, very well throughout the tournament. And still played well, but the other two just were on fire in the final.
A very tough combo to beat. Leaders from Matty Peterson.
Jeez, it didn't. He's had one little bit of a loose end, but a couple of bowls. He did 2 sprays, and that's it. The rest have all been all over it.
Well, I don't think we're going to see Tommy muck around too much here. He's arriving, looking for the split. Well, he's not a mile away here. He's very close to this. It's a beautiful shot there from Tommy Ellem.
Yeah. Wow.
Got a connection there beautifully.
In lean to 10. 8 shots behind. Seeing the score in the background.
Well, it's one of the measures, so. I'm just thinking with his forehand, played 2 crackers, so.
looking to get a good second here, which he has.
Tommy on a very good line here. It doesn't look too bad either.
He'll not count because...
Oops. Well, it's not too bad.
It's good, actually. He's changed up enough. I mean, Perm would have been looking to come out in the back end underneath to play that out. He did earlier, so it's changed it up a bit.
Certainly has. Well, they are pretty popular now, the bucket hats. I've got one. I think they certainly do help the guys with a decent sized buff.
Or the lack of.
Yeah.
Gilligan's Isle and reruns.
Yeah, well, he's a Gilligan. Okay, Permy now, final bowl. I don't know if he'll be trying anything too flash here. One down's not all that bad for him.
Yes. You just want to get him behind there in case. And he's done that. He's covered that.
Just fell back. So does that beat the back one?
Sure, so on the line. Nathan Dawson and Brad Landy 19-9 in their game.
Tommy was trying to set that bowl.
He's taking the softer option. He couldn't really afford to play the forehand.
So 15, we'll play 6. Nice little shot there with the clubhouse. Beautiful day here at the South Coast, Kiama. Wonderful hosts of the 2017 State Champion Champions.
Yeah, the boys have given the club and the locals and the committee terrific rap on the first 2 days. We've had the pairs. Some glowing reports. They're very hospitable and.
Oh, there's the other end. That's a non-perm. There's the 17-year-old Such.
You're going to be an actor at one stage.
Well, Kurt Cobain, they reckon I look just like him. Yeah, Kurt Cobain.
A little bit behind the ear.
Yeah, it's quite a transmitter, that.
It's going back to your heritage from England. Prince Philip.
Yeah, well, I'd love to have hair like that again. It's quite the opposite of that now. Still a long way to go here for Tommy. Permy almost at the halfway mark.
Thanks to Andrew Lynn, we've got a couple more score updates. So thanks, Andrew. We've got Jared Beath and Mickey Anderson game. Very tight still, only 3 shots in it. Jared leading 16-13. Another game that's certainly tight as well is the Chris Layfelt Dylan Skinner match. 2 shots in it. Dylan leading 18-16. Actually, not much in that match either.
There.
Dylan Riley from Foster has pushed out a bit of a lead now on Damien Miller from Young, 15-8. He's got a 7-shot lead, and Callum Murray from Port City the current state singles champion, Aaron's game's finished 31-7. So Aaron looking to do the double here.
Yes.
The champion singles and the state singles.
Yes,
champion.
we'll have to have a look there. I'm not sure if that's been done. I know the pairs has been done, but I'm not sure if it's been done on the singles. Yes, I think from memory, only 2 players who have done the pairs, and Kevin Walsh and the great Michael Clark.
Yes. Although he wouldn't be able to do that today. He's come in, I think, as a substitute in that match.
Yes, I believe he did. Well, very good end here from Tommy.
Nonetheless, he still achieved it.
He certainly did.
Yes. Jamie Turner against David Ferguson. 6 shots. Fergo having the ascendancy there, leading at 21-15. A little bit to go there. Nathan Dawson, 19, leading Brad Landy from Avalon, 19-9. He's got a 10-shot there. And as I said just a little earlier, Ian Leeds making a little bit of a comeback against Scott Hamilton, trailing 18-10. So 8 shots behind. Scott Hamilton leading 18-10. Ian Leeds.
Well, that's not going to make it too much easier there for Permy.
Interesting whether Tommy will try and consolidate or take his chance there and look to get that ball. He's probably don't even think about that.
Well, I think Permy's bowls are both in the way, sort of blocking that a little bit. And Tommy might nearly try and get past here.
Just wondering if he's going to come down up underneath him. Yeah. He's having a look, see if his other one counts. It was 2. Draw in the backhand.
We'll see what he does here. Yeah, it's well, Tommy he's only gone back-to-back ends once, and that was quite a bit earlier in the match, so the backhand it is for Tommy.
Backhand the draw.
Well, he needs to get around this front bowl of Perms. Well, his weight was good.
Yeah, his weight was good. One with the measure, looks like.
Yeah, well, we're looking from that angle. It nearly favour Permy's bowl, but well, Permy's having a real good look at this. I don't really think he's going to have much more on than a draw shot. 1 down. If it is only 1 down, it's not terrible for him, but so Permy changed his mind there, but looks for it. No, he's changed back.
Backhand.
So I don't even think Permy knows what he's doing here.
Yeah, slip up under his own, I think. The one that Tommy just crashed on, I think he'd be looking to get up under that. And
well, he might be having a look at this. I think that's a bit of a lineup from Perm. Yeah, it is. So he might be going for his own. Oh.
It's unusual.
Well, he might have been looking for that plan. It might have nearly got the bowl out clean, but so 1 or 2 here. Look at that. Bang on. Identical twins. Well, I've been called bop and all kinds of things, but there's the proof. The proof right there in the pudding. Ladies and gentlemen. Cobain Such. Tommy, I think he likes his bowl here for 2.
Hey to Dan Ellem, that's good you've tuned in, mate.
Yes, brother of Tommy. So I think it is 2 here, Move.
Yes, he had a real good look at it before, and it gave me the bit of a tip off that it must have been close.
Rightio, so Tommy back-to-back ends. So back to within 7.
The psychology there, a bit of a chat.
Yeah, they've been certainly have been having a nice old little talk through the game. So 15 shots to 8 if you're just joining us.
Tommy and Dan, both Manly Sea Eagle supporters. Well done, boys.
Yes,
As
yes,
I am.
it's an all Manly commentary team too.
And yes, in Shippo.
Okay, Tommy, so we've gone pretty long again here as we come back to the clubhouse. Good 3/4 length end. Well, it's a much better start here from Tommy. He's gone back to the backhand.
Yes, cracking open start. What a go! Well,
That's what he needs to do. So Permy has stuck with his forehand around the clock for the entire game. And that's why.
he's seen it well. Tommy won't mind that too much. Fattens it up a touch. He'll stick to his backhand and look to arrive and sit that.
Yeah, much of the same, really.
No, he's I looked at a change on his
No, he's still on the backhand.
Has he?
Yeah, he's still there.
No.
No, he has changed, no.
I thought he changed.
Well,
You ever thrown many wrong buys?
I've thrown several.
I just
Well, look at this.
big circle, little
Wow,
circle.
look at that.
That's a cracking shot.
Oh, Tommy, real change over. He's plucked it out beautifully. Yes, I've chased the wrong bias before. Came out like
Beautiful.
a peach and
This is on track.
off I went and off she went. So, Permy. Oh, look at this from Matthew Peterson. Close again.
She's been big under pressure, hasn't he, with the draw
Wow.
shot? It's huge.
Oh, Tommy asking what the position is.
Looks like they're actually both enjoying the game now.
Yeah,
There's, have smiles.
I think couldn't quite hear what the marker said, but I think he might have drawn that with his last perm. Well, they would have played each other a fair bit, these two, over the years.
Healthy respect, both the boys.
There's Tommy looking here. Will he get down? His weight's not too bad.
Just don't think he's going to get back handy.
Oh, he had lovely weight there just to try and roll the bowl or touch the jack.
Is that from experience, Shippo? You've had a couple yourself, wrong biases?
Okay, so Permy, I don't think he'll be trying to build this up too much. Well, he's taking a bit of a safe line out there, so just trying to pass. Well, that's not a bad home there.
Yes.
Falls in, he'll split the three of them up, and he has.
Look at that.
So only a small correction of line required from Tommy. Just roll that bowl, get a touch on the jack, make 2 or 3.
Yeah, jam that in there. You just say it's a minor correction and a terrific skip for a number of years at Maryland. Certainly got that in his armoury. He's very relaxed.
Well, he's going quick. He was going for the bowl. He's going for the edge. I tell you what, he's close. He's got it out clean.
What a shot.
Michael Harvey. Wow.
Wow, Sachi.
Didn't he shock us there?
He has done that. He's pulled a couple out. Wow.
He'd plucked that out beautifully, and all of a sudden...
2 down.
Yeah, well, Matty nearly trying to do the same. Or will he just try and touch his jack?
He's got an... I think he'd play with enough to trail that jack or sit the bowls through on that forehand, do you think? Or do you think he'll...
What a shot there from Tommy Ellem.
He's pulled it out.
Well, let's have a look now. All of a sudden, Permy. Couple down. Okay, so it's going to be forehand.
Yep, forehand. He has the bowls on that side for him to get a result. Just all depends on what way he elects to play here.
Well, he's not. Doesn't look to be a wind up, so it just looks like it's just going to be the reach. Try and get that jack.
Mm.
Well, I don't think he's a mile away here. He's not a mile away at all. Look at this from Matthew Peterson.
Oh, that's
ladies and gentlemen, put that in your Christmas stocking.
That is.
Matty Peterson, wowee.
What an end. What an end. We've seen it all here.
Well, you want to pluck that bowl off? What do you think of that?
Drive, draw. That's quality. Boys both congratulating each other.
My goodness.
And that's why they're on the TV rink. Sachi,
Yep.
see shots like that.
Yep. So you win a state singles from both players. Wow. 5-shot turnaround, Hoove. What a bowl that was.
Just was bowl for bowl.
Well, it was a possible 15-10, and just like that, it's back to a 10-shot lead. So, absolute screamer. Matty Peterson.
Shout out to the J-Man. They're really putting it on and giving us a great display of bowls here. It's awesome.
So, just like that, 18-8. St John's Park.
Yeah, it's a big difference in the score, isn't it?
Matty Peterson, 2-time state singles winner. I'm not too sure who, but I don't know if we actually have a state champion singles winner in the field. Not too sure if we do.
Well, I just can't get internet here on my computer.
Well, another great start from Perm, straight back into it. Nathan Dawson, I believe, has been a runner-up. So Perm in his bucket hat.
This is a unique event, Sachi, but it goes on to the, so you go from your club to your zone, through to your state, onto the Australian, and very proud we've had R&T's gone on and win the world.
Yes, exactly right, yes.
It's the only event that we have that goes all the way through like that.
Yes.
And
yes, it's just been completed too at St John's Park, the World Champion Champs. So.
the local boy here from Warilla, just up the road, gone on to be the World Champion Singles. What a fantastic achievement.
Yes. So Permy now all of a sudden, again, there's a real good opportunity here. Put Tommy under some real pressure. Well, close for another one. good second shot from Tommy.
Yeah. So, only just getting in, one in behind. Tommy playing the backhand down here. One down. Looking to arrive on perm shot. Bowl. In the area.
Well,
And
he's-
plucked it out.
Yeah, that'll be good enough.
It is good enough.
You know, it'll be one to Tommy. So one shot it is. 18-9.
Yeah, 9 shots. 2 for 1.
And it's dish to ditch. Tommy.
Similar last time he got the mat back, he's gone long.
Well, he pretty much played a perfect end coming in this direction last time. Moved and went 3 down.
What have I got to do? He'd be saying,
Yeah, so Matty's just talking to the fans.
Tommy Ellem's won it in 2000. Thanks,
Okay, so-
thanks Shippo, because my internet's out at the moment.
Okay, so Tommy has won this event before. Matty having a nice old chat.
What's happening here? Is that university psychology coming in? Let's just throwing it out there. Having a break. One lonesome bowl.
So holding one at the moment. Here he comes.
His favoured forehand. So,
Handy start too.
some previous winners. There's a bit of a who's who there. Yeah, Rex Johnson, Brett Dupre, Gondel there. Australian coach Steve Glasson's won these Eagles. Young Jono Davis
Young Joe Davis, an incredible effort to win it.
beating Ray Pearce last year
Yep.
and Dan and Wagga. You represent. Now at the Mount Lewis Club Alliance.
Permy just going to pull up a little bit short. So Tommy coming down. Well, he's going to need a connection here, Hoove.
Yeah, he could make two.
He's just going to run
He
through.
just ran through.
Probably just asking the question.
There's not a whole lot in it. With a little fatter, he would have rolled around.
Permi's going to switch over here. I think he's holding one.
He's favoured that forehand, or even the backhand now. Back on the backhand. Yes. Wind's certainly picked up since this morning. Flags are starting to flutter. And that 14k northeaster.
Yeah,
just taking a
yeah, the double NE.
A double NE.
Permi just going to drop a bit short there, so loose bar from him. Oh, Tommy, will he have a sneaky look?
Oh, it's
It's a lot of room for Matty Peterson, but
yeah, it'll be interesting. It is a lot of room. You'd back him to draw it. And particularly today, we've noticed he's really drawn under pressure when he's needed that ball under the pump. He's drawn that shot.
yeah. Okay, so Tommy goes down to have a look. See what he's going to do here. He probably does have 3 seconds, but they are a long way away. So his final ball, he's having to think about this.
He's not going too big.
Oh, this fall, he doesn't like it.
It's,
Oh, I think he was trying to set the bowl there.
Yep. Yes, Sachi, I think he was.
I don't know if he quite would have got it far enough over that weight, but so Permi now with a chance now to get to the 20s. So Matthew, his final bowl, backhand it is. Well, I think he's just about done this too, and he has. So, 2 shots to Matthew Peterson now, gets him to 20.
Yes. He's really skipped away with that tremendous bowl, picking up 3 shots earlier, and that really cemented his lead.
Well, it's right. Tommy's only gone back-to-back ends on 2 occasions. So 20 shots to 9. Favour of Peterson. I think we got some scores there.
Yeah, got some. Thanks to Andrew, we got some updates. Jared Beath, Cowra, Mickey Ando from Austral is the leading 18-14. He's got not a lot in that. There's been a good tussle between the two of them. The other tight one, still tight, that we had earlier was Chris Layfelt from Ballina and Dylan Skinner, the young Wiseman Park Wollongong City bowler, who's leading Chris Layfelt 21-18. Dylan Riley from Foster is 21 up over Damien Miller from Young, 11. So he's got a 10-shot lead there. We know Aaron Sheriff has gone on and had a 31-7 win over Callum Murray from Port City. David Ferguson is 26. Jamie Turner from Nowra is 17. So Fergo's got a 9-shot lead there, almost on the springboard. This is what he loves. He loves to 31, Fergo. So Nathan Dawson Curry. Nathan's 26 over Brad Landy, which is Brad's first big achievement. Well done, congratulations to him. His first zone title in Zone 9 there from Northern Beaches, from North Shore of Sydney. Leading, he's behind 26-9. Ian Lean's trying ever so much to come back against Scotty Hamilton, and he is bridging the gap, but 31's getting closer. So 23-15, Scott Hamilton leads Ian Lean. 23-15. He's got an 8-shot deficit there.
Oh, Permy, look at this. Oh, great shot for him.
We'll be hoping to have got past. Let's pull that one a little bit short.
Yeah,
Makes
well,
it really tricky now.
Yeah, the bowler Matthews would probably need to fall over to bring his back one in. So, see what Permy does here. There's no target though, so. The swagger of the Dutchman, Matthew Peterson. He struts back to the mat. Looks like Nathan Dawson's just come off.
Yep. And Brad's putting his Brad Landy there, everyone in the whites. We haven't had a killed in as yet.
No, we haven't, no. Well, he's just fallen out there, Perm, so.
I don't think he's got much on.
No, it doesn't look. Well, he's having a look to see if he's got 2 seconds, I think. Well, he might nearly have to. Well, I think he is having it. Well, okay. Just checking out the angles there.
Yeah. He's potentially can go one more down.
Well, he's just having a look here with his angles here. He
gets tied off and takes his own, and it'll be the 2 behind will count if it doesn't get touched. You can't draw it, I don't think.
No, I don't think so either. So, well, he doesn't really look like he knows what he wants to try and do here. Looking at all the angles. This might nearly be a hit and hope.
Perhaps.
Okay, so well, he needs 11 shots down, so
yeah, well, he's
nearly got to take the punt, I think.
He will. Hoping to him be slightly tight and get it fat, you think, but no.
Well, he's running. He's going to need some luck here.
He hasn't gone super big though for him. No. Just drops the one.
So that's another one to Permy. So 21 plays 9.
I think he was worried about getting off his off Perm's shot bowl under his own.
Under his own, yeah.
The angle. Just stating he's going to dig the knife in, you think?
Well, he's not an easy one to catch, Perm. He's in his rhythm. He has had all the answers at the moment, playing very well.
21 to 9's a big lead.
Well, that was Dorso, so he's already through.
A bit loose for Perm. The way
It's not one of his better starts.
He's been nailing it.
He's left the door open for Tommy. That's what he needs to do.
Bucket, wouldn't it?
Yes, in a little bit of trouble there, Ian Lane.
They're having a bit of a rest, the boys. That's been a
I
tough
think,
day.
I think it's an umpire's call, I think, over there, so. Well, he goes Perm. First one was a loose one, but well, just needs to just want to run through a fraction.
Yeah, and I still think he's not quite there. The ladies, a little peer in there. And
Well, he's around the mark again here, Tommy. Needs to hang on a bit. Another handy one.
I don't think she's ever seen that before. Some few blokes sitting in the ladies' locker room.
Yeah, she got a fright. She wasn't hanging around. Maybe face of concentration. Oop.
Grimace. Don't be too concerned. It's
Well, look at this.
been a grimace all day when you put them down like that.
So 2 shots. Tommy's not too impressed with this one. Weight wasn't too bad, but just pushed her a little wide. Probably just asking the question here. I think it is 2 hoof.
Looks that way. Such it's
Now, I'm not sure if Perm does this, still does this hoof, but Permy actually marks on his shoe where he wants what his line is. Not sure if he still does that, but I know when he had white shoes, he used to mark him.
Hello, Dan. Yes. We've got Lamingtons and everything here, mate. So
Well, he's
we're
urging this one
looked
on
up.
here.
Here we go.
Well, he's just not quite going to have the running.
Let's look at the 2. You know, he's weighing up. He's looking at the scoreboard. I can get a shot here. I can play him onto both. You think?
Well, I think it's really only a draw. I don't.
Look to get off.
He's got a front bowl there that's a bit on the road.
Yeah. Not looking for a bit of a swinger.
Well, his line's better. He needs to hang around.
Oh, he's a bit stiff. Still 2 down.
Well, it's going to be 3 ends in a row again for Perm. 2 shots it is now, so only 8 to go for Matty Peterson.
Great. Anybody can just walk in the front there if they like. I'm shooting over the top side or anyone through their knees or war injuries or anything. Yeah, she's around. I'm Ben.
Very solid game again.
Well, certainly has. He's just been forehand around the clock, hasn't he? And he's just his first 2, and whenever Tommy's had a little bit of pressure and he's had an answer. Been a very solid performance so far.
I agree. Every time Tommy looks like he's got something, Perm's come up with the ultimate shot to turn it over and get the game back in his favour.
He's won 4 of the last 5 ends. Playing the second bowl, coming away from the clubhouse. Pretty handy. Not much of a correction needed. So we're going to get inside Tommy's bowl.
Will down again.
He's drawing it. Probably much of the same for Tommy.
Yeah, it's got a little bit of a couple of bowls to work off. He's fractionally wide.
Yeah, he does have a bit of a tight line again here, Hoove.
Yeah.
Going to run away again.
Yeah.
Not quite overweight either. So Permy, get a touch of this Jack himself here, can really make things difficult. 23-9 if you're just joining us. Aaron Sheriff and Nathan Dawson already through to the quarterfinal.
And Nathan Peterson in this match has just been so consistent. Looks like David Ferguson's also finished. Fergus came into the commentary ladies' room here, helping himself to the Lamingtons. Jump in, mate. How are the conditions?
Oh, well, look at that. We've had a Jack rebound.
Just tell us how it is out there.
Fergus is going to join us for a couple of ends. Fergus, well done. Good win first up.
Yeah, a bit scratchy, but got the job done.
How's it playing out there?
Green's running beautiful. It's just that bit of headwind. It's tricky out there. So going towards the road away from the club is a bit slower because of that headwind. So it's not hard to drop short. So coming back towards the club is a bit freer, and it's quite good.
Nearly beat Matthew Peterson to draw this. I think he's just about done it too, Fergie.
Yes, surprised that he's going to be last off. It's
yes,
really
no
surprising.
shock there.
Yeah.
Certainly is.
Yes, no, he certainly likes these conditions, and if you give him a decent amount of room to draw, he'll do it most times. He's pretty close here.
He might need to sit this, I think. I think he's going to.
It's a bit tighter side, that one that Tommy just played. It's to the left-hand side of the club going away. It's a quite tighter hand, so if you get out too wide, it'll stick out there. So it's a pretty tricky hand, so sticking to that wide side most of the time.
So Tommy has been going this to ditch. Coming back this way, so we're going pretty long again.
Yes, he just probably needs to string a couple of ends together, Tom, to peg that gap back. You can't really give Perm too much of a lead, or he'll frustrate you out of the game as well as beat you on the scoreboard.
Exactly right. So Fergo, very solid year for you, mate. The Australian indoor singles off to the World Cup next year.
Yeah, it's one of those good years that you get into that run of form, and you probably just got to cash in on it. It's one of those things that probably hasn't happened in the past. You get to the back end and the pointy end of events, and you're feeling like you're playing pretty solid. And in those semi-finals and finals, you probably let yourself down a bit, and you probably come away thinking that you missed the boat with those ones. So it's good to get a major win under the belt, especially against Jeremy. Class player, and,
yes, the king of the indoor.
Yes, he's a great player and a good mate. So, as you saw on the BPL the other day, how good he can play. So, it's pretty fair.
Be a nice little feather in the cap, Fergo, if you can go on and win this one.
Yeah, well, it's one of those things that any state singles would be a brilliant achievement, I guess. It's probably the pinnacle. It's probably the hardest state events in Australia to win. No offence to other states, but other states do play their state championships a lot different to ours. So we have to play through club, then zone, then go on to state. So it's a lot of games to win, where other states play. Pretty much anyone can enter, and you just play over the week to find the winner. So you have to deal with a lot of things in ours because you have to play at a lot of different times in the year as well. So it's you play your club singles at the start of the year, and you don't play your champion state events until now. So
exactly right.
A lot of things can change within 6 or 7 months. So that's probably one of those things. And 31 up, we're the only state to do that, and I think it's a great thing. 31 up, it's one of those war attritions. You can play games in stages. Sometimes if you're playing 21 up, it's like that sprint, and if you get off to a bad start, it's hard to peg back, whereas 31 you can play your games and get back into the games, and so that's why I like it.
Exactly right. A lot of mental concentration as well, Fergie.
Yes, and that's one good thing about like this. If it was 25 up, like you would say Tommy's gone pretty much, but 31 up, it's still 8 shots to get for Matty. So Tommy can still think it. If he can string the next 3 or 4 ends together and get within 5, he's back in the game.
Exactly right. And the move going well back at Engadine, Fergo?
Yes, very good. The club's going really well. So we've got the 2 Nerona girls, young Mason Lewis, superstars of the game. So it's a great thing. We got young Jack Lewis from Port Macquarie joining us next year. So he's state triples runner up. So he'll add to the stocks, and it's going to be a good year. Like this year was a great year for the club, but I think we can only get better. And a lot of the members, to their credit, are cashing in and buying in onto what we're trying. So it's really good, and I thank them for that. And both ladies and men club, especially the ladies, like some ladies clubs can be accused of being old-fashioned and stuck in their ways, but with Monica, our president, she's been a driving force and really positive.
Well, it certainly is a great club, lovely greens and facilities. Certainly one of the top clubs in New South Wales.
Yeah, and the good thing is we do have a boss that is a bowler, so it's a major thing. So it's a big deal for a bowling club. So
it certainly does help.
So Matty here is would probably he's going to draw this.
Wow.
Like Tommy did hold those good 3, but he probably really needed that one right on it to really put the pump pressure on Matty.
That's just been the difference, Fergo. He's just had the answer there.
Yeah, but you can't give him 2 feet to draw with 4 bowls. Like he might miss with 1, but he's not going to miss 4 times.
So who do you play the winner of, Fergie?
I think I play Nathan Dawson.
Oh, right, that'll be a cracker.
Yes, Nathan was next to me and he looked to be playing pretty fair. So he got off to a bit of slower start, but and then he just who would you tip to be the winner of this event? Well, I don't want to be backing against myself, but no, there's a lot of good players, so it's early stages.
It's quite a field, isn't it?
Yeah, well, the bottom half of the draw too. She's pretty chockers with, especially against these 2 gentlemen, and then you've got Nathan Dawson, myself, and then Ian Lean was down there as well. So it was a pretty fair bottom half. But then you got Aaron up the top as well. That's looming largely, and you got Jared Beath, who he's probably one of those blokes that you don't talk about, but on his day can really turn it on. So former Australian player.
Yes, former state singles winner as well.
Yeah, so he's another one like Perm that likes to take his time and watch over the game. So you're going to be really focused, and especially with Perm, like it. And I would consider Perm probably the best singles player I've seen. So, and that's no offence to all the guys out there, and especially Aaron and those type of blokes, but just the mental side of things, that he's so focused.
He certainly does.
Yeah. To win a state singles at 15, you must be doing pretty good.
Yeah.
So, it's one of those things that people have their opinions, but I just think he analyses and plays the game really well.
No, I certainly do agree with you, Ferg. I did mention earlier, whenever you play Matty Peterson, you know that you're in for a mental drain war, really.
Yes. Like I played up at Port Park Beaches since singles. He's won that a couple of times, 2 or 3 times now, and and I was playing pretty fair, and I thought I was going pretty good in the quarterfinal, and won that quite comfortably and playing really good. But then it came out, and I was lucky to get probably the 4 shots or 5 shots that I did against him. It was 21 up in that sprint thing, but he just jumped on and had that rhythm. So he's pretty fair. And the lovely Kiama Club, it's beautiful. It's first time, probably the second time I played here, but the club facilities, and Marty's done a great job too.
It's a lovely spot, it certainly is.
Marty, we go over to Lord Howe Island, I know, this week, so he's probably spewing as much as I am. We're supposed to be over there at the moment, but he's done a great job here. Everything's presented well, like all the markers have done all their courses and stuff like that, and the club facilities is brilliant. Like couldn't do enough for you, they could, and he runs a good ship here, not just Marty but his team. But beautiful area.
Perry just run the way there, just looking to set that bowl of Tommy's.
Yeah, I think Tommy's got to change it up. He's got to probably take the risk and try and turn his own onto the jack, or work off Matt's wing one here. He really needs to change it up. You can't give Boom 2 goes at this. He'll
No, exactly right.
3-bowl target, and he plays that weight really good. That's not a bad shot. If Boom does play it wrong and gets to half of his and edges the jack, it could go to there, but I think he'll be playing something similar. And the Mighty Soldiers Point went well. Big bowl, such.
Yeah, we're hanging in there. We stuck a win over Maitland last night, so
yeah, very good. And Ben Twist had to play his World Cup
yes.
Hong Kong
Yes.
Tears partner, and got the trumps on him.
Yes.
Both really well done. They've done a great job over there. So both Ben, I watched that final, and Ben played outstanding. Jesse actually set the plat for him, but Ben he just converted everything. He was brilliant. So congratulations to those boys.
Yeah, certainly was a great effort. So Permy looking for the bowl, needs to hang on. Just run away again.
Yeah, it's that wider side. So if you miss your line on that one, it's going to be tough for you. So I think Tommy can still reach up here. If he turns it onto the jack right, he can make probably 3 here if he can play it right. I think it's that stage of the game. You've got to probably take those risks when you need to.
Well, there we go, Fergo. Fergo Dorso will be up next. Well, Fergo, in my time behind the mic, I can certainly say that the public and viewers were treated to a spectacle in your state singles final with Omar. It's the best game I've ever called. Although you just fell short, it was. It'll go down in the history books for one to remember.
Yeah, it was one of those great games that I probably got the early part of the game, and I did speak about that when I was on commentary, that I needed to get off to a good start with Aaron, because if you give him that lead as well, he can jump on you and really run away with it. And he played some really good conversion shots through that early stages and got maximum result. But to his credit, he played them, and I was a bit scratchy through the middle period, and then at the end it was shot for shot.
Yeah, the late surge you made at the end, played some crackers to.
Yeah, and to his credit, he played some crackers too. I had the chance, and on the last end, it was those two mines. I thought actually that when I let it go, I thought I was close, but it was one of those hands. If you got underneath the line, it turned pretty quick, and similar to this narrow side here. But he done really well. So, and he will be hard to stop in the Australian Championships, I would dare say. He also at the VPL, I was watching that during the week. It was pretty sensational, especially in that final.
Yeah, he certainly is a rhythm player, isn't he? He gets in that stride.
Yeah, and he's got that kind of delivery too. He's just got that beautiful momentum, and not everything's pretty much the same every time. So once you get in that rhythm, his touch is pretty good. So something like yourself, mate.
Well, it certainly is a form of rhythm that I've got. I'm not quite sure what kind of rhythm it is, but
yeah.
Tommy just running away there with his second. Just trying to get a couple of rolls out of Perm's bowl.
Yeah, so it was the right shot. He had good weight. Turned his own or sat Perm.
Well, 24-11, like you said, there's still plenty of time for Tommy.
Yeah, he strung the last couple of ends together, but probably needs to get to that stage where he gets within that 5, and then he'll probably think his confidence will probably think that he's probably got that chance then. So, but I dare say Perm won't be far away with these next couple of bowls. So, and I've just put the jinx on him.
Yeah, yes, it's a given, the old commentator's curse.
But good weight again. Both players have played pretty good weight. It's about finding those lines now. I've got to give a shout out to Mr. Shipley, your fellow commentator.
Yes.
I've got to give him a shout out in the Magpies. Good
Yes,
luck tonight,
they play
boys.
tonight, don't they? Yes.
Yes, I was fortunate enough to have a few games with the Magpies. I thank Warren for all the away games. Appreciate it, mate. Finally got a home game in the last one, so it was a good night out. But no, we've got to go the Magpies. They were lucky through the early part of the year. They started slowly, and then they almost got up to about third, and then a couple of results didn't go their way in the last couple of rounds and went back to fifth. But they're in with the show.
No, they did have a big finish.
Great concept, the Big Bowl. I've got to give credit to Zone 2 and the clubs involved, and Warren and his team. I think Warren helps run the Big Bowl. It's a great concept.
Certainly does.
It's really, I think it's played over the last couple of years, and it's involved with the Central Coast, Newcastle, and the Hunter. So Cessnock and the Curry boys and stuff like that. So it's a great concept and great tournament. So it's played all during the week at night. So they're utilising 7 days of the week instead of the 2. So
16 clubs over 3 zones. So
yeah,
it's been going for over a decade now. So
it's probably one of those things other zones could look at. And most people have to travel, and they're happy to do it. So I hear a lot of people saying, "Oh, we have to travel for bowls, and it's too far to travel for pennants and stuff like that." But to see that concept and they play at night, no one seems unhappy about travelling, and they're playing it over 3 zones. I know they're within reaching areas, but sometimes you have to drive an hour or so to get to clubs. So great concept, and well done to the teams involved and running staff.
So Permy here with his final bowl. There's been one down. Well, he's having a look for the bowl.
Wide.
Well, he's got his own, so it'll be another one.
Yeah, so it's getting to that stage. If Tommy can win the next 2 or 3, he's
certainly not out of it.
Within a show.
I think Tommy's going to try and get 2 out of this one.
And Tommy's one of those blokes too. If he catches a bit of heat as well and gets into that rhythm, I think he's won a few state titles in his time, and
certainly has.
And I think he's won the state singles as well. So
yeah, but he's won this event too. So
I think he's going to be. If he can get back within 5, I still think he's in with a show.
Okay, so another long end from Tommy. It's just the one, I believe it was.
Surprisingly, when I thought Tommy's wing one was going to be second there, but
could be wrong. I can't quite see. No, it was 2. So 24-13.
it's always one of those goals when you have that. If you're down by those double figures, probably setting yourself a goal through the 31 up is to try and get. You can set a plan for yourself, try and get it within single figures, and then get within 5. And you've got to stay positive and really G yourself up in regards to just set yourself little goals and win the next 2 ends, or don't let him score before he gets to a certain amount or something like that. So that's why the 31 up is so good.
Well, if you can get a couple on this end, Fergo, you can get this back to within 10. So Permy's got 4-hand around the clock the entire match.
Yes, it's pretty close here. Down, is he? Still 1 to Tommy. And if you look at both players, as I said before, is the weight. They've play great weight. That's the key to singles, I guess, is giving every bowl a chance and getting your first 2 bowls in the area. That's another good shot.
Well, we talked about Fergo. We keen to get your opinion on this. Tommy's trotted out a brand new set of bowls for this. Have you ever done it?
Oh, plenty of times. I've been accused of going through a lot of sets of bowls. I sometimes think if you are struggling a bit and you're going through a bit of form, to pick up a brand new set of bowls, and probably not straight away. I'd probably have a couple of roll-ups at least, but I think it probably resets your concentration sometimes. It's good to get a new set of bowls, and they're nice and pretty, and you're really starting to concentrate on your lines and stuff, because it's a bit different. But if you're with the same brand, most bowls are similar. But if you are going through a form period, sometimes you go through times where you think, oh, is it the bowls, or is it me, or is it my delivery? So sometimes it's just better to just simplify and pick up a new set of bowls and see how you go. Like, it's the same with the set that I'm playing with at the moment. Is pick these up at the Australian Open. I've just remembered them and played really good with them. So, and when you do get into those purple periods, you stick with them and don't think about changing.
Permy with his third. One down at the moment. 24-13.
He's got a good line. I'm not sure if he's up. Is he up?
Might just have enough here, Fergo.
Oh, yes. Great shot, Perm. I'd say Tommy's will be reaching up to sit the bowl or trail the Jackie. Sits the bowl, he's 2. Trails the Jackie the right way, he's 2.
He's giving it a chance.
He's not going to it sticks out there with that weight. He got out there too far.
So now Permy, you draw another one. Get to within 5 of the match.
Yeah, this will only take about 2 minutes to deliver. Yeah. You'll find when you watch Perm, the bigger the shot, the more time he takes. He will really, especially if he's holding, he will take a lot of time on the mat. Everything's the same though with Perm. That's the key to bowls.
That's right.
You look at he lines his feet up. He always looks down, then he picks his line.
Yep, nothing ever changes.
No.
So the chance here.
It's a pretty silky smooth delivery, that. Might be a bit wide here, I think.
Oh, yeah, lovely weight. All right, Fergo, well, we might let you get ready for your next game, mate. Congratulations, and well done, mate, on a fabulous year, mate, and all the best for the rest of this event and the rest of the season.
Thanks, Lee. Cheers.
Okay, so another one to Permy. 25-13 now. Hoove.
Yeah, it was terrific. Fergo to drop in, maybe to have a bit of a feed here on the Lamingtons first and foremost, but then he jumped in and it was a good insight. Know what's been happening out there and his thoughts. He's in rare form this year. And obviously one of the favourites.
Certainly will be.
But in saying that, I heard him, he recognises that Perm's the one to beat. He's got a lot of respect for him in the singles.
Well, he certainly would be one of the most respected singles players out there. Maybe another handy start.
Getting close to the pointy end, Matty. 6 shots away. Tommy needs to string a few together.
Well, I said he's certainly not out of it. Still 6 shots to go for Perm, so. But that's just been the difference. Tommy just hasn't been able to get on a run.
No.
There's not won more than 2 ends in the entire game.
Been very, very consistent. I think I can count on one hand his loose shots.
Well, that's right. He's just played his forehand round the clock, and here we go again.
It's just been...
And Tommy's just been chopping and changing.
Well, he's been put under pressure, looking to...
Quite a fair bit. No, he doesn't like that one too much either. Matty actually making a switch here to the backhand.
Get in.
Just wants it to slow down a bit. Should do.
Yep, he's in.
That's another one. Well, Tommy, he's had enough of this. He's playing weight.
He's reaching. Big.
Well, he's under. Well, what's he going to do here?
Oh, he's...
Well, he has got the two back ones now. So what will Permy do? Will he try and cover this, or will he try and add another one?
I think he'll... Look, in his position here, two's good fishing, and I think he's just not worth it. He'll pop one around. What do you think's in his mind?
Well, I tend to agree with you. I think two at this stage is very handy. That gets him on the spring. But would really want to drop a three. Well, let's see if we're right. Looks like he's going to switch back over again.
And put one around the back. You'd rather split them up. Yes, he split them. First is two down, I suppose.
I dare say Tommy probably committed to the shot. Will probably go again. Yeah. And he is looking for the jack in the ditch.
More
he's
purpose,
wider.
A bit more purpose in this one.
Well, he's got it, and he's missed his own bowl, so
picks two up.
Very good shot from Tommy Ellem. So 10 the diff. .25 shots to 15 in favour of St John's Park's Matty Peterson.
And as foreshadowed and forewarned, we thought this match would be a long one. Looks like most of the was finished.
Yes, there's no surprise that these are the last ones out there.
Genius is picking this one. Trying to get in first here, Matt. A little bit short of this end. He's been going long when he's had the mat, and
yeah, he has shortened it up a touch.
He has shortened it, yeah. Just looking for a change, trying to get some sort of platform to build on and a little change up.
There he comes again.
Bang.
So, quarter-final match. The live stream game will be David Ferguson of Engadine up against Curry's Nathan Dawson.
Yeah, it'd be a terrific match that. They actually play, in my opinion, a similar style of game. They're terrific draw bowlers, but they got all those conversion shots in. We see here where in Matt's style, he more than not backs his draw games, just solid draw game. He can play weight, but more than likely he elects to play the draw. Whereas both Nathan and Fergo, I'll pull them out, and so it'd be a really exciting match.
of trouble here this end.
Yeah, it's just that one through. As the day's gone on, this wind certainly picked up. We can see it out there and we can hear it. And as Virgo said, coming back towards the club, the wind's blowing that direction at the club. So going away from the club, it's a lot slower, and it's affecting some of the bowls.
Just send the back one there at Tommy's. So I think it's only one though. Well, Tommy's looking for the bowl. And he's got it out clean as well. Well, he has actually been hitting quite well. Move.
Oh, that's terrific. His weight gain's been really, really good.
Might have to trot it out a bit more. He's he has been.
Yeah, but as we've seen earlier, he's played some tremendous shots, and this bloke Matthew Peterson's just stepped up to the mat and then just draw the trail to draw the absoluter.
A little touch on the jack. He can make a couple here, but final bar from Maddie's forehand draw. 25-15 lead. Well, he's on a good line. Well, if he can get a touch of this jack like we mentioned, then he will.
It's time and time again, Sachi. He's
probably a little bit unlucky there. I think it is only one.
But, he's had the answers. Everything
has. Yeah, well, he's too good a draw player to give a foot of room, too much room for him.
Tommy's played some absolutely tremendous conversion shots and Perms just time and time again come down, and the last bowl got the shot back.
Well, it's been a difference too, Hoove. Boom has converted with his last bowl whenever he has been down. So 26 shots to 15.
Good call.
Just joining us.
Not bad. Oh, of course they are. Of course they are. How far off are we? Couple lanes.
We're doing a bit of a chat. So another score, a latest score update. You got Jared Beath, Mickey Anderson, Jared Beath 21-18. Dylan Skinner is now 27 to Chris Layfelt 19. Dylan Riley 25 over Damian Miller 13. We know Aaron Sheff's beaten Callum Murray. David Ferguson, who knows, defeated Jamie Turner 31-18. It's a good solid win. Nathan Dawson 31-9. Another big win over Brad Landy from Avalon. And it looks like it's finished. Scott Hamilton defeated Ian Lane. We've just got the final score there, but it's around 31 to 18.
A good one in from Tommy. Tucks the jack around there.
Firm has obviously got amazing concentration
Oh,
levels.
that's what. That's
You know,
why he's one of the best. Yeah, he can.
he on the big bowls as well. He doesn't get flustered. That's cool, and
It certainly is
delivers.
hard to keep your concentration when you're playing singles for up to 4 hours, but certainly is a master of it.
Yeah, a little frustrated with this wind change.
Well, Perm's going to have to pull one out of the bag here. He's, I dare say that'll probably count that last one of Tommy, so Perm's 3 and nowhere near at this end, so. Hasn't really been a lot of pressure on Perm, but I want to go dropping a 4 here. A 4-hand draw, it's all he's got.
Out. Is it looking touchy?
Well, I think he's tied. It'll be third, but a good meter here for Tommy to get a third one.
And bang, he's on the mat and let it go. Doesn't muck around. Distinct style difference here between these two.
And he really needs to make this count. If he's pushed it wide, he's going to need to. Well,
is it going to get around?
It's
going to go close. Wouldn't be a whole lot in that.
It's going to be a wasted opportunity, I think.
Yeah, I think you. Taking the 2.
2 it is. So 26 plays 17.
Well, first time we're back to.
If you can get to 20 before Perm scores again.
It's a very big assignment, still.
Well,
but this man can do it.
Perm has been making it very difficult for Tommy. He's gone back to back on a couple of occasions, Tommy, so it's been the difference. So Tommy back on the forehand. Handy opener.
Into our Facebook, Jay Maskell. Hey Jay. Yes, mate. He's swinging away here.
Very good reply. Tommy, be pretty handy here. Gets a jack. Well, set that one out of Perms too on the way through. So
great shot.
He might not be done here yet, Hoove.
You know, he's got plenty of fighting spirit. He certainly be trying right to the end.
Permy, second bowl. Weight's about right now, so.
Heard, interestingly, Fergo's, he's seen his viewpoint on the number of shots up, very much in favour of the 31. He's of the strong opinion that a lot can happen in those last, getting those last 6 shots, and very traditionalist.
so, Permy. I don't think he's quite got the weight on this one. There's a bit of a loose one there from him.
He'd be disappointed with that one
very
down.
Surprised to see him that far short. There's some chances there on his own bowler underneath it.
There's one to come. One each to play.
A chance here for Tommy.
Well, particularly if he holds his hand, he'll strung him a lot together, but he's starting to get a bit of a momentum. Just push that out.
Well, we have had 8 ends in a row where we haven't had a back-to-back end. So whoever wins the match's been losing at the very next end.
Last bowl.
Well,
a number of times.
Yeah, well, that's exactly right. So Permy, one down. 9 shots ahead. Sticking with the forehand. Playing a bit more aggression at this one. Just needs to miss his own. So
There
Tommy,
we go.
Another one of Tommy, so 26 plays 18.
Good shots. The diff.
Tommy now. It's only the 3rd time that he's won 2 ends in a row.
One of our Facebooks, people, Val McKenzie said, what's Matty Peterson using? His bowls, he's got Henselite Dreamline XGs, size 3. Number of bowlers playing with size 3
Yeah,
now.
a fair few have gone down.
Given that majority of blokes play with 4s, over, must be a feel, a little bit. Feels better in their hand.
Permy forehand again. So if you just joined us, 26 shots to 18 in favour of Peterson of St John's Park. The next live stream game will be between the current Australian indoor singles champion David Ferguson taking on Curry's Nathan Dawson. He's a former finalist in this event.
And as expected, all the other round 16 matches are finished, Suchi.
Really? That's a bit of a shock, isn't it?
So I can just confirm, those of you are listening but don't see the kind of opportunity to look at the scores on the website or on the Facebook. Jared Beath defeated Michael Anderson 31-22.
Great shot there from Permy.
Dylan Skinner, Wiseman Park, Wollongong City, defeated Chris Layfelt 31-20. Dylan Riley from Foster defeated Damien Miller from Young 31-15. Aaron Sheriff, Edelong defeated Callum Murray from Port City 31-7. David Ferguson from Engadine defeated Jamie Turner Nara 31-18. Nathan Dawson, Curry defeated Brad Landy from Avalon Beach 31-9. Scott Hamilton, Inverell East, defeated Ian Lean, Raymond Terrace 31-20. And we're live streaming the remaining game, the last game of the round 16.
I think it'll be another one, Hoove. So now then,
So Tommy got one to come.
Tommy in a bit of a pickle here. Come and have a look.
2
down, and it's not overly pretty. This is where Tommy's been coming stuck. He's yet to win 3 ends in a row in the entire game. So final bowl 26-18. Tommy, what can he do? 2 down. Well, his track's not bad. How's his weight? Well, he's not going to be there.
Hasn't reached.
So real opportunity now for Perm to get within 2 shots of winning this match, Hoove.
Yes.
Oh, Permy, you see, he just got around with his last one, but probably trying to look to get under.
I think he'll stick to his forehand. He's had a terrific day in the forehand. I can't see him changing.
Well, forehand it's going to be. So this to get within 2. Matty Peterson, former 2-time state singles winner. Well, he's pulled it a little bit tight, and he's not there either. So 2 shots it's going to be.
Looking for confirmation.
Well, we're going to look at this second shot.
He's going to look at the...
Well, Tommy's not giving him 2.
He's not going to give him away.
Well, Tommy must think it's only 1. Well, might be a bit deceiving from our angle.
Yeah, it is a bit tricky here in the women's locker room to get a good view.
It is only 1. No, it is. It wasn't even close in the end, so just the 1. So 27. So Matty Peterson now on the springboard. 9-shot lead. Lovely yarn, Perm. So 4 shots required. So just 4 shots needed for Perm. (27-18). Now go away from the clubhouse. Perm been very, very solid with his forehand round the clock.
Yes.
Former Australian singles champion, Tommy, with it all to do. He wants to try and get out of this one.
Yeah, that's a nice starter for him. But this man, Matthew Peterson, has just always had an answer, no matter what shot Tommy's produced or position he's found himself in holding. A lot of times, as you say, that conversion or that draw shot is
It's been way too solid.
Been very solid.
He's just pulling up a little bit there too, so. Tommy with his new bowls. Switching over to the backhand. Well, that'll be another one. Oh, Permy.
He'll stay there.
Well, he hasn't got a lot of room to play with here on the forehand.
Yeah, he looked to turn his own over or get to the. You'd think just arriving.
Well, looks like it. Yeah, looks like that's what he's going to
I
do.
don't think he's looking at anything else.
Well, it does have the open backhand, but sticking with the forehand.
He's just giving it a fraction more weight to play that shot. Try and promote himself or get this back one. And
Well, if it falls, Bond will be good enough. Mark having a look. He can't pick it. So a little touch of the jack here for Tommy. Make 2 or 3. Starting to come into play now.
yep,
He flicks that over. Well, he might have pushed that out. That will make the difference.
yes.
Oh, man, with his final bowl. Well, he has got a tighter line. Will he run to his own?
He's just there.
Well, that might be pretty close as well, Hoof. So
There's not a lot in that from this angle.
what's Tommy looking at here?
Well, he's saying to himself, I need to score. It's whether how many. Even one shot is a lot at this stage at 27.
Well, well, if he can just sort of draw the shot, and if he can just get the right pace of the jack, he can make a maximum. Get into the 20s himself. Oh, Tommy, big one here, last bowl. Well, how far off this jack is he, Hoof?
He's
Needs
close.
to hurry.
He needs to get the.
He doesn't want to get the wrong side of it, and he has.
He has to.
So it's definitely 1 to Perm, is it 2?
He's. Did I say the tape will be coming out?
So measure it is. So this measure to get within 2 shots.
Yeah, Tommy praying for a back cut.
Oh, this is close.
Could be
This
umpire.
could be an umpire's job.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's going to be. Let me just come back to his own bowl.
Very close.
I don't know if Perm looks overly convinced, but. So, here we go.
Yeah.
Our first umpire's call. Live stream.
Yes, I don't see the. It's fair to say too, the boys at this level are pretty good at calling the shot. Sachi, and you'll find that we've got some reptiles in the room. Sorry, boys.
Here comes the umpire. So
Yeah, it's I was saying the umpire doesn't get as called as much in the blokes sort of figure it out and measure quite well. I've noticed.
No, we haven't had a live stream umpire for a little while.
The orbital.
The orbital comes into play. I must admit, Hoover, I wasn't a fan of the orbital when it first came out, but I don't mind it now.
Converted.
I think once you get, this is the tricky bit, once you get this over the jack, you're laughing after that. You can measure as many bowls as you like. Once it's put into place, just going to have a steady hand to get that over the top.
You want the trommel? Are you a trommel fan? Or?
Well, there's some really interesting. Well, the Australian Open where we said the 2 pieces of cotton used. That was an interesting one.
Yeah, you're right. This is the hard bit that they get this right and don't move this jack. Lock it into place.
But yeah, so Perm is measured for 2. So now we're going over to Matt's bowl. Well, look at that. This is very close.
Yes, it'll be a bit of a millimetre. Yeah. Gee.
Well, it is another one to Matty Peterson, so 2 shots it is.
Yeah, tally-ho paper in that.
Yeah, very close measure. So score is now 29-18. So just the 2 shots required now to advance into the last 8.
Quarterfinals.
Just repeating, our next feature match will be between the Australian Indoor Singles winner David Ferguson taking on Curry's Nathan Dawson. Well, this is where we're commentating from. We've got a python in the room. Doesn't stop the live stream though. Lives are at risk here at the moment.
We're almost in here, boys. Everyone's run. Bringing the nappies out. I wonder if they've ever had a python in the ladies' locker room before.
Okay, so Matty Peterson to shoot. 2 shots needed.
We do have some interesting quarterfinal games. Sachi.
Yeah, there will be some good ones.
Gerard Beath, Dylan Skinner. Aaron Sheriff, Dylan Riley. And as we know, our match, David Ferguson, Nathan Dawson and Scott Hamilton will play the winner of this match we're looking at now. So all those boys are resting up, having a bit of lunch.
very good shot from Eddie.
Yes.
Made life very difficult now for Tommy. In all sorts of trouble.
Looking to get up under here. A bit of feather off that.
That's gonna.
Oh.
Oh, it hasn't.
Got enough toucher, but
So Permy just trying to get to that bowl for a match lie. Third bowl. Well, this will be a match lie, Hoove.
yep.
So leave a bit of a gap. If it falls, well, I think
I don't think it's going to change.
Around
Yeah,
here.
Tommy will still. He'll be down the backhand.
Oh, yeah. Just having a practice.
Yeah.
A bit of movement there. So Tommy down the match. And we'll be seeing some weight. It is.
Yep. Straight down the backhand. He's been pretty accurate with this shot.
Oh, wow.
Wow. Wow, Sachi.
Well, the only good thing about it is that it does the angle now. That jack will go straight to his toucher, but so Permy, what will we do here? Let's find out what the gap is. He doesn't need to make this target any bigger. It's only a bowl and a half.
He doesn't need another shot.
No, he doesn't. So will he try and block it off, or will he go to the back?
It's either a blocker or just keep out of the way. He's no good fattening it.
Okay, so Permy, final bowl, forehand. It's going to be holding the match. You see Tommy in the back just having a look at the angle.
He's looking to get around.
Well, Permy's not sure what that was he was trying to do.
Split those up.
Tommy will be going again.
Needs to connect here. It's game over.
It's all over.
It is over.
Matty Peterson,
Peterson.
former two-time state champion, goes through to the quarterfinals. So as we wrap it up here, our feature match coming up in about half an hour's time. So join us for then for the quarterfinal. We will have David Ferguson against Nathan Dawson. Join us for that. Thank you. Until then.
What took you so long?
What?